Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using ambient light rejection technology gain. Going to be doing later on today because, man, God must have heard me calling because I got a day of I got a sunny weather today. I got the next 3 days after that are going to be rain, rain, rain here in Philadelphia. Got some copyrighted content playing in the background. Figure out exactly where the remote controls are. It's a bad habit of losing. There we go. 4K fish. All right, usually when I get up, I'm usually playing some kind of licensed or copyrighted content, so I don't want that playing in the background and picking up on the video or anything like that. So just change it over to some 4K fish or something like that. All right, so yeah, we have good weather today, so that means I can go outside and I can basically start doing the outside demonstrations today for the Extreme Black, which are good because that means those are the last tests that have to be done before we can actually slap the label on the technology. Why is my shirt on backwards? So those are done and finished. I can start getting ready to get that marketing before I want to get it out before the console systems get out there. So it's not going to be like right away once it passes the test, because I still got that endurance test to go through, and that's basically about it after that. Oh. Right. Right now I'm upstairs in the gaming room, putting in some more LED lights, and right now I'm going to basically be getting my area together here. Fire up my screen over here. There we go. That's the one thing about this kind of technology. It don't have to be in the dark. I can basically fire my projectors up at any given time. And that's what I'm talking about. You want real ambient light rejection technology, not that fake nonsense. But anyway, and that's one of the things you see on my demonstrations. Nothing's set up. This is me getting up in the morning, getting ready to start my day. And I told you, I can trigger my screens on and they'll run with no problem. We don't have to go through the whole 9 yards of worrying about whether or not the environment, the lights have to be too dark or have to block out any window light or anything like that. Even though we're up at 6 o'clock right now. Let me see. 4K fish. Be sure we get the right one. I gotta stop carrying these things around. Wait a minute. Did I get the right one or the wrong one? 4K fish. I'm pretty sure. 4K fish on YouTube. All right, I think I'm going to run both of them back to back, or I think I just run this one right here. All right, this one belongs here. So this is the remote control for this one. Of course, we always got to get a little political in the morning, but I'm not trying to. I'll put it over here. I'm going to put that over right now. Oh man, I gotta wait for my sugar to come in because I'm dying for a cup of tea so bad. But I gotta wait. Sugar will be here on Thursday. All right, so I'm gonna let this run right here. And get ready, and I gotta send out shipping updates. So get my orders ready for Friday. Friday is going to be our official ship out day. I was trying to get something sooner, but Friday is the best I can do. I get people get upset because they have certain deadlines and stuff. I'm like, look, man, if you got certain deadlines, you're going to have to basically give us a couple of days in advance to let us know. And I'll have people to come in at the very last minute of a deadline and go, hey, no, I need this right away. Like, no, that can't be done. It's best that you basically contact us 3 days in advance. Actually, it says it right there on the website. For shipping, our shipping policy, if you got some big order coming through or whatever, give us a couple of days in advance to process that order. But Right now, I'm just going to start getting set up with the shipping stuff, and I do these shipping updates to allow customers to know that their orders are being processed and are being taken care of. So our ship out dates are Friday, and like I said, we just stack up our orders when Friday comes. I have somebody come and pick them up. Which someone's going to sit there and say, just say that how come we can't get the United States Postal Service to pick it up? I did try that method at first. I had somebody that was working with me, and they were doing a fantastic job. But after a while, things got a little crazy, and packages were not being picked up. So in order to basically put an end to that nonsense, and to make sure my customers' packages were being delivered, I went in and basically just paid someone $100 to just. And they didn't charge me $100. I gave them $100 to pick up my packages and take them from A to B. So that way, everything is taken care of. That way she gets a little coin in her pocket and your packages get taken care of. So, think of how many people that are paying people money to make sure their packages are taken care of. All right, so let me get tidied up around here because there's a few things I have to do. And then I'll get back to you. All right, these are all going to cut out today. These are all to be done and cut out, finished off. Now, I did say in one of my videos that I had two of these. I got them mixed up again. I can't stop doing this, putting these controllers next to each other. Let me see which one's which. All right, this one goes over here. All right, this one goes here. I'm gonna mark these. I gotta mark these today. That goes there. That goes there. I have two of these, which I'm about to have four of them pretty soon because I'm gonna order another one today. These are the fire sticks, and I keep getting them mixed up on which one's which. One goes here. Now, to nip this in the butt, because I know this particular individual likes to review my stuff on an unfair level. Since the darkest paint we have here is a UB, because there's no point in testing on anything else, because it's not going to, when we do, like I said, he'll probably try to do a demonstration where he'll say, hey, look, this is my paint, it's brighter, so and so and so. That's just basic common sense. Anyone who can't figure that out should not have a projection screen set up. So just to nip this in the butt, we're only going for the darkest screen paint materials, darkest projection screen samples against the extreme black. Because that is the only thing in its category that's going to hold weight against that screen, especially when we flip that screen over to contrast levels. We need to see exactly, which we already know, which screen is going to pull up the heaviest contrast level. Now, as in white levels, it's just basic common sense that even a white sheet of paper is going to show a higher white level than any screen, whether it be gray, whether it be black, whatever. With a gunmetal, white screen's always going to produce a higher white level. So that's just a given. But I do like it how individuals will sit there and say, well, look, this gray screen paint I'm making produces a higher white level than a black screen. Well, guess what? I can go in and take your screen paint, put it against a white screen and say, look, this white screen produces a higher white level than your gray screen paint. It's just basic common sense. The strong points, now keep in mind, as you're looking at our black, this is 12 technology. As you're looking at technology, it produces amazing white levels to the point where the screen is not disrupted, where you can't see the image. You can see the image crystal clear from edge to edge in a fully lit environment. You can saw it on 1,000 lumens. The strong points of black screens is the fact that they have the ability to pull that 100% contrast level, which means I can show Star Wars in here, I can show Tron, I can show Underworld, movies that have really dark contrast to them. Screen's not gonna watch, it's not gonna fade, it's not gonna become tan, none of that nonsense that you would suffer from a screen that's gray or white. So When we do these demonstrations, they're going to be done outside and inside. As we already did already, we're going to do the same demonstrations outside. I can't really pull an Elite Dark Star 9 outside because that screen was never meant to be outside. It's an indoor screen only. And anything else, which I checked and did the research on Elite screens, if they had anything darker for outside, I think the darkest screen they have outside, they have a kind of a silver kind of screen for outside, and then they have the white Yardmaster. That's it. Any other companies, they really don't explore outside. They're pretty much inside, like DMP Supernova. They don't have an outdoor screen. But I'm still searching and trying to find other companies that have darker screens that we can do some comparisons to, especially outside. But like I said, there's not too many of them out there. So for this particular individual, and I know he can't wait to get his hands on the Extreme, and we know what you're going to do. You're going to basically take your lighter gray screen paints and say, look, they produce higher white colors than a black screen. Any gray screen that's going to be slightly lighter than a black screen is going to produce higher color, brighter colors. Just like if I go get a white screen, I can produce a higher white snowstorm or any kind of white level than any gray screen or dark gray screen or gunmetal screen or black screen. So it's not rocket scientists that you have figured that out. As a matter of fact, I'll do the demonstration here for you. We're going to do all those demonstrations using his product. So when he does it, you've already seen it done. And you can see it done right. Not half in it, not having a screen halfway sitting out in the sun. And your screen, I've seen all your demonstrations, so trust me. Also, we're going to take the UV mix outside because you claim this screen paint to have very dark contrast levels. And I've seen the screen paint outside. So since it has been outside, that gives us the right to bring it outside. I've never seen a DMP or a Dark Star 9 or any of the Elite screens that we have here outside because they're not designed for it. They're inside screens only. But you had this mix outside. So it's only fair that we take it outside with the Extreme Black and pull up that Starfield demonstration. Now, you know, if you couldn't produce one in here, good God, out there, it's going to be a nightmare. But like I said, we're doing all this ahead of time. So that way, when Mr. You-Know-Who gets a hold of our product, which he will, and try to do his own review on it, we've already beat you to the punch. And we're going to show you how it's supposed to be done fairly. Anytime I test any of these big companies, I have to do those tests fair and by the book. I know certain screens do not work with ultra short throws. They will automatically turn black. I can't use them with ultra short throws because that would make the screen look unfair. It'd be an unfair demonstration. I know the screen's going to turn black. I can show you it's going to turn black, but I can't use an ultra short throw in the demonstration knowing the screen's going to turn black because that would be unfair to the company. You don't do that. You got to do things by the book. So that's what we're going to do here. Now, I know from the door, there's no point in testing any of your lighter screen paints against that black technology because it wouldn't hold a candle to it. You may be able to produce a somewhat brighter colors here and there, but keep in mind that when I start showing up them solid blue, greens, and reds, your screen paint is going to fail miserably because it cannot pull a dark red or green or blue because it doesn't have enough contrast to pull it. Now, keep in mind, if the UV is your darkest mix that you have, and we're able to fade that screen on a black screen, what do you think will happen if we take a lighter gray screen paint and we put it against that technology? It'll fade even faster. So that's what I'm explaining to you. You do not want to go down that road. And if you do, like I said, we'll buy your product. We'll do the demo. We're going to do the demonstrations anyway. It's going to make a difference. We're going to do them ahead of time anyway. So you don't feel like you're the only one that's going to be up there. Like I said, I got a sample sheet full of, drawer full of sample sheets, which I explain to people. I test against everybody. Reason why we do him is because he gives me no credit to my company at all. We do him to keep him in his place, in his lane. That's what we do it. And like I said, I tell you right from the door, if you buy from Crow, if you're not saying if you say you buy from Crow, you don't like his product, you come over to us and buy from us, no problem. But if you're a Crow fanboy and that's what you buy, stay there. Do not buy our product at all. If you have no interest in the technology, don't buy it. That's all to it. We don't want your business. I get orders just about every single day. My table stays stacked with orders. All right? So we don't need your business. We don't want it. That's what you stick with. That's what you stay with. But I've had people come over and say they bought the product, didn't like it, the contrast levels were poor, the screen faded. They had to be in the dark all the time. And keep in mind that I think the last stream I did was yesterday, and we had one of his followers come in asking me, requesting me to turn the lights out. There you go. Because that's the only way you can see the high points in the screen. Got to be in the dark. Now, keep in mind, I'm up in the morning. If you notice, nothing in my environment has been tampered with as in lighting. This is the everyday lighting in my environment. When I watch demonstrations, not just this particular individual, when I watch demonstrations on the other high-end projection screen setups, these are studios. This is not someone's home. This is a studio that's set up with the screen. It's set up with the projector. It's set up with the lighting. Everything in that environment has been altered to make the screen look good. The wattage of lighting that they're using, if you want to think about it, they changed the wattage in lighting. Might have low lighting here and higher lighting in the back. So that's what you call ambient light controlled environment, because they're controlling the ambient light in the environment to make the screen look good. Now, if you notice that in all my demonstrations, the lighting always stays the same. The only time I switch up lighting to show exactly how you're doing, the only time I switch up the lighting is just to show how much light the screen can take in. But this is the everyday lighting I have in my environment, in my home. That's why someone's saying, wow, your electric bill must be high. No, my electric bill is my electric bill, but this is my lighting in my home. I just got up. There's my bed right over there. Just got up, turned my lights on. You can see my screen from in here. Turn my second screen on in here as I walk through. Now, usually when I see demonstrations with this particular individual, if he's trying to show off having a screen that can produce ambient light or be ambient light rejection, he changes the environment just for that video only, which means that environment does not stay the same, because if it did in every single video, you would have the exact same environment over and over again and again and again. That's how you figure it out. Now, I noticed that when if you're doing a demonstration and you're saying, look, the screen produces amazing ambient light rejection, you're using a 3,000 lumen projector less than a foot away from a screen. There's no distance throw. So you're not going to lose any lumens, number one, from the door. Number two, you don't show any contrast at all on the screen. No star fields, no OLED demonstrations, no black levels, because I don't care if your projector is 3,000 lumens and you're sitting a foot away from the screen. And if you have 1,000,000-to-1 contrast, if your screen can't pull contrast, it can't pull contrast, which means the screen's going to fade automatically from the door. And I've seen this with the Dell. They were showing the Dell Ultra Short, which I plan to get a couple of those. Those particular projectors are 5,000 lumens, and they can't even pick up contrast on a gray screen. So then pulling the blinds all the way up, that doesn't prove anything. Again, you're showing bright, colorful content. This is something that fades less when you're dealing with a lot of ambient light in the environment. Same thing I see with Elite Screens and all the other companies. I never see dark contrast demonstrations being displayed on the screens. I don't like the name that you have here. Oh, Bird Gang. There is no Bird Gang. That's all to it. There is none. And I want to keep it that way. But anyway, so keep in mind, like I said, when I watch Elite Screens, when I watch all these different companies, I see the same thing, same format. Either they'll show tigers or they'll show some surfing demonstration or some snow demonstration, something they know that the screen is going to be produced much better. I'm not going to try to be too edgy here, but let me see. Let me show you. And that's why I said, before we started developing ambient light rejection technology, I had to do my research. I'm figuring exactly like, okay, how these people got their setups? Are these real ambient light rejection screens, so forth and so forth? And they're not. They're really not. Let me see if I can find one of the remote controls here. I doubt this thing's going to be able to pick it up because, like I said, these are all voice. Let's see. Dark Star 9 Elite Screens demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
I research all these companies. I need to see. See, I told you we're going to pick up correctly. It never does. I have to put into the search by myself because it's not going to know what a Dark Star 9 is. So all these companies, I go in and I have to look at their demonstrations, study their demonstrations on what do they really have true ambient light rejection technology. And it's always the same thing. They're always tested under white screens. I don't understand why they keep testing this technology under white screens. Oh, by the way, sorry about that. The document that I told you with SL screens, it was posted twice yesterday on 2 different sites for you to read through. And yes, those are real court documents by a real attorney, by Screen Innovation toward our company. So for those of you who are running your mouth about us being this, that, and the other, yeah, we had Black Diamond's attention. All right. So if it caught Black Diamond's eye, or Screen Innovation's eye about our technology being this good, then basically anybody else who says this, that, and the other, it's a jealousy thing. Like I said, we had a big company like that. Actually, we get that. I get that a lot. I get a lot of big companies that contact us over our technology. There's things that I know about my technology with companies that have projects working right now that I can't say anything because I'm under NDA. But yeah, that's just to give you an idea of exactly how crazy things got with that particular ordeal. And I'll post the link here for the last time so you can check it out for yourself. The document that was posted on Facebook to show people, not saying much, this is how good we are. Yeah. But anyway. All right. Let me see. All right. We need to go to Dark Star 9. The Dark Star 9. So it's not going to bring it up if I ask for it. Dark Star 9.
Getting that from YouTube.
Bet you it butchers it. And it did butcher it. Let me go grab the Chromecast because I'll be here all day trying to get this thing to basically give me exactly what I want. There's some, like I said, the Fire Stick is okay, but there's some downfalls to it, man, that drive me nuts. Wait. I forgot. No. Yeah. That's actually under the other projector. Let's see. Yeah. Think about it. Love. All right, ready yet? What we're going to do is we're going to go to my office because I got to be upstairs anyway. We're going to go to my office upstairs. Mind you, as we're doing this demonstration, all my screens are on, all my lights are on. Let's go back to our 4K fish. Matter of fact, let's go to I said 4K fish. 4K fish, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Like it'll dig up certain things. Like if you're, I'm gonna just do the birds. It'll dig up certain things. Like if you're looking for something on YouTube or something like that, like you want YouTube, Netflix, whatever, certain movies. But if you want certain crazy stuff you're looking for, little niche and cranny stuff you're looking for, it's gonna have a problem finding it. There we go. Just to show you. So instead of me worrying about my lights being off, like I said, when I watch these demonstrations, these areas are already preset. So if you've seen the same lighting in the same environment every single day in every single video, that would tell you that, yeah, it definitely works with ambient light, but no. The little tricks to get around with that. Use an ultra short throw projector. I'll do the demonstration myself and show you. Ultra short throw projector, a lot of bright, vivid colors, and that's it. My stuff has to be ambient light projection because I'm out in the dark every day. I can't be in the dark. See that? That's what you want from your screen. So this is not a pre-set up area. I can come in here just now getting up out of bed, and I can come in here and I can basically turn all my lights on. Dimmer's up, all the way up, and I can watch my screen. No pre-set up areas in here. Now I'm going to the office right now. So in my office, I have projection screens also. Right now, I'm in that room right there, LED lighting the floor. So here we are in my office. This is my work area right here. There's my screen right there. I use it for work every day. I use portrait mode because I read a ton of documents and it's better for me than landscape because every time I do landscape, I have problems with documents. That's me freaking crazy. All right. See if nothing's shut off or if my projector is blinking. Boom. That's my screen in my office right there. 79-inch portrait mode screen using black technology. Boom. See how bright that screen is? Well, a lot of people don't realize is that this is 12 technology. If our technology was so dark, I wouldn't be able to read any of the text on my screen. Do you ever think about that? Do you ever think about that? If my screens were so dark, I wouldn't be able to read any of the text on my screens. So in order for a black screen to be able to produce a high enough white level, I would have to see the white text on my screen. Now, I'm gonna go run this real quick. Probably gonna ask for my password. You guys gotta stare at the projectors. Stare at the projectors. Let's see. This is me checking the weather forecast. Just see what the weather's going to be today. See how bright that is? People don't think about that. They don't think about that. Like, hey, this man uses screens throughout. I had a customer call me yesterday and say, yo, that demonstration you did where you had all the screens, and I don't think about that because I'm used to being around my screens having all this light in the environment. But the other people are not used to seeing that kind of lighting in the environment. You had all those screens fired off in that room, and then the kicker was when you showed the screen on the ceiling. So yes, I have a screen that sits on top of my ceiling with a light fixture in the middle of the screen, and you could watch the football game crystal clear with all that light piercing off that screen. Not only hitting that screen, but hitting the two other screens that were underneath of it. Let me put you here for a minute. And let's go over to Go watching here. Oh, I was watching some nature videos. Nature. Let's go to That's what's on. I don't really get this, man. And this is not to put their company down in any way whatsoever. It's just I don't get it. And I gotta go back a little farther on that one because here we go. Now my screen is, I use my interface on here is in black. So I switch over to black, so the screen's black. And you can read the white text crystal clear. Look at that, crystal clear. You can read my white text. I have to be able to. I work on these screens. This is my work screen. So my work screen is going to have to show up. We have volume down on this. All right, we're going to bring the volume down. Now this is the part that I don't understand. This is nothing against their technology, but I mean, come on. This is the screen right here. You see the background? That's gray. That's not black. All that's gray. All gray. It's all gray. That's a dark store. Now we have a sample sheet here. That's the demonstration I just did on the other screen. Now this is what I find interesting because he said in the demonstration, that's why I got to mute it. He says in the demonstration, no roofs. You're technically under a roof because you're not outside. You're definitely under a roof. Now this is the part I find interesting. That's a white sheet of paper. All right, so you're displaying your screen, you're testing your screen against a white sheet of paper. You can't put a white sheet of paper against a white screen, against a white image, because it's going to show up. It might even show up even better than your screen, because it is white. Now I see a little discoloration. Blue always shows off discoloration, but you can't do that against white. White is always going to come up more advanced on a a screen that's darker than white. It's always going to come up a little more advanced. And this is what I had to study and research on how these companies are testing out their technology. What are they using? What are they using for a form of surface to test against? And this is the only lighting they have. They have these two lights right there and there. So that environment is still too dark. Now I'm showing the reflection right there. See right there? I wouldn't have done that against the white. I would have actually taken that and put it on the side where the woman was at on black. I mean, they're basically going to be showing that off, but he should have put it on this side. He would have got more of a reaction. I'll go back to that real quick. Yeah. You see right there? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. That's a bad idea. And then right here, the black levels are very, very faded. Not much of a difference, to tell you the truth. Now, my curiosity, I'm always looking at, is these screens when it comes to an ambient light projection screen. So I'm always curious to see how much lighting these screens are supposed to have when it comes to ambient light projection. All right, so we'll come over here real quick and pause this, come out of this menu right here. I want to go into ambient light projection screens. Mine's going to come up all over the place. Let's see, I've got another way of putting this on here. Let's put down Elite ambient light projection screens. All right. All right, this is where I have a problem at. See right here in the demonstration, I'll show you how much ambient light they're using in the environment. As I said, the back of the wall tells the story. This is how I can tell if your screen's gonna fail if it gets here. I got two sets of ambient lights here. They got a window here. There is a cut in the wall here, which means the light that's traveling from here is just basically just traveling across the screen. It's not making contact with the screen. The back of the corners right here are dark. They're actually too dark. There's no light. Are they going to turn these lights on right here, here, and here? And if they do turn these lights on, none of these lights are really going to affect the screen because these are shades. The shades are actually blocking the light. So physically, the light's actually going to be hitting here and here, or down here and down here. It's not going to make any contact to the screen at all whatsoever. So let's see if we got something where he basically does turn those lights on. I don't get that part. Okay, so none of the lights were actually turned on, which I don't know why. Why didn't you turn the lights on for the demonstration? Now, we're going to be actually renaming the technology strictly for the black technology, since we are developing more blacker screens. And the name we're going to be giving that is going to be called, which I'm not going to tell you the name of it yet. But we usually have ambient light projection gain time, so and so and so. The black screens are now going to have a new category of what we're going to call the gain on those screens. So I'm seeing him explain the physics of it all. Right here, he's explaining the physics of it all. And see, like I said, they always test against white screens. You're not going to get much of an improvement if you keep testing against white screens. And then you got to calculate how much light bounces from here to here to where the projector. And look how close the projector is staying from the screen. I never had to go through this. I never had to go through this whole sweet spot. You got to direct it here to hit here. I don't go through that. I don't even understand what the heck and why they even do that. So this is what I'm going through. I'm not seeing anything here. They just have two lights here. So if you go here in the first beginning of the video, and this is what I look for when I watch these demonstrations, you have two lamps here and here. How come these lamps aren't on? You just have the two overhead lights here and here. That's it. This is not touched. Like I said, look at the environment. See the corners? Look at the corners. See that little edge right here? That screen is tucked away in that edge right there. So none of the window light is actually hitting the screen. Yeah, I know all this stuff. Gray Cinema 3D. I have that here. I have that sample sheet here. All right, let me see what else we have. I tell people, look, if you want your technology to be the best, then you're going to have to test against the best. That's all to it. Let's see what setup we have here on this one. This is why I have it muted, because I'm not playing anyone's voice. This is why I have it muted right here. And keep in mind, for the Crow Boys, we're doing this demonstration on my black work screen, and we're doing this where you can read all my text crystal clear on a screen that's super bright on black technology. All right, so I have this screen right here. That's the screen I have. Mine's not in gray. Mine's actually in white. I actually own that screen right there, but mine's in white. So what I want to see in here in this demonstration, I want to see how much light he has in contact with the screen, how dark the environment is. So yeah, I do go through videos. I do watch people's videos. I want to see exactly, oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I did all that to put the screen together. It's a pretty easy screen to put together, I'll tell you that much right there. Yeah, I own that. I had that screen right there. That's the screen I had downstairs in the front. That's what that screen is. And this is usually what I'm used to seeing. And look how powerful the projector. These projectors are way beyond what I have here. So this is the ambient light the screen is supposed to be to take in. Get internet back right today. Like I said, this is what I'm used to seeing in most environments. So he's opening up the windows. There's the windows being opened up. I want to see how much ambient light the screen, because I actually have the screen here. I have that sample sheet here. Come on, buddy, let's get that fully lit room lit up. I want to see that room really freaking light up. All right, go back here, go back here. I want to see the room really lit up. That's what I'm looking to see. Sorry if the internet's a bit slow. It's gonna give me what I want to see. Here we go. So this is supposed to be, now I told you, ambient light controlled environment. So these lights on right here, see how the floor is well lit? I told you, look at the background of the back of the screen. The back of the screen tells the entire story on how much ambient light is physically in the environment. The projector he's using in that demonstration is far more advanced than the one I got downstairs. Just put the one I had downstairs to shame. The screen is not giving the projector, that screen should look insanely incredible. But you see the ambient light environment? Look how well lit the floor is, all right? Because this is what people are saying, the floor. Look at the background of the screen. There is no light in touching that screen. You do know when you're using condensed lighting that you can go and you can move the condensed lighting back and forth. You can direct the light where you want it to go. All right, so they're using condensed lighting in that one. This is supposed to be ambient light projection technology. That's what you're supposed to be using. You get the background. Look how the light they're showing throughout the entire environment. My entire environment is brighter than that. That's what I said that. I mean, I had a conversation with a fellow who was telling me that no, oh, not equal. Yeah, you need to go against my technology. I'll show you what not equal is. Let's see if we can bring in ambient light projection screens, because I know mine's are going to come up like crazy. This is supposed to be an ambient light environment. This is why we do our tests outside. This is why we do them outside. You'll see, when we're doing an ambient light projection test, they will be outside. So let's see what we got going on in here. All right, so this is supposed to be ambient light projection technology. All right, so tired as well. Using the ultra short throw projector. Told you bright colors and an ultra short throw projector will pull up on the screen any day. Let's see. I want to see when this room really well lit. And we got plenty of light in here. As you can see, there's tons of light here, but how come we're not doing the demonstration when that much lighting is hitting the wall? Like I told you, ultra short throws and his blinds are not even fully open because you can't see optics on the other side. But like I said, ultra short throw projectors, when they set up on top of the screen at 3,000 lumens, the distance gain is not going to be wasted. On top of that, look at the walls right here. They're dark. All this is dark. Look at the corners. All this is dark. So there's not that much light coming into the environment at all. That is not going to work. Let's see what we got going on here. We got anything else? See who else has something. Yeah, we already battled with one toe-to-toe with them already. Let's see what we got going on here. Now, this is what your environment is supposed to look like if you're using true ambient light projection technology. See the difference in my environment? Look at that back of that wall. See those corners highlight? See that condensed lighting? This is what ambient light projection videos are supposed to look like. That's how bright your environment is supposed to be. See how well lit that wall is? There's no dark corners, none of that. That's how it's supposed to look. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? That's how your environment is supposed to look. Remember I told you, look at the corners. And the lights weren't even on. Let me go back and show you that for a minute. Let me go back and show you that for a minute when I'm showing you. The lights were off the entire time as I'm showing you the demonstration. The lights are off right now in my environment. I'm going to turn them on. You'll see them come on. I put white lights deliberately behind the screen. Now my lights are on. Now the lights are on. That's how much, that's what an ambient light rejection technology is supposed to look like. Not that little bit of light trickling in, the backgrounds, the corners are all dark. No, this is what it's supposed to look like. Here's my salt, same salt as the other one. See the screen, corner to corner to corner. That's what it's supposed to look like. Everyone's supposed to be illuminated, because you got to consider the fact I had people ridiculing me on that video talking about, oh, you got too much light in the environment. No one has that much light in the environment. It's condensed lighting. That's what it's called. Condensed lighting. When you use condensed lighting, you have that much light in your environment. And keep in mind, I got a ton of orders from people who have condensed lighting that were afraid to have those screens in there because they didn't want the screen to wash out. If you notice when I showed you the demonstration and the other one, they had the lighting selected away from the screen. That's why when the lighting was hitting, it was lighting up the floor. It wasn't lighting up the back of the wall because there was no real light hitting the wall. That screen wasn't taking in any light. This is how I know when I watch those demonstrations, I can read your environment. Now for these setups right here, they use ultra short throws because like I said, the distance throw isn't going to be that far away. The projector literally is going to sit right up on top of the wall at 3,000 lumens. Consider the fact 3,000 lumens at less than a foot away from your screen. That means you're not going to lose any form of brightness to the screen whatsoever. Now, because the screen can't produce contrast, yeah, your contrast levels and contrast levels and color are going to fade. They're going to wash out because the screen can't produce contrast. But other than that, you're still going to pick an image up. It's nothing new. It's like one of the oldest tricks in the book. You're going to beat your enemy. You got to study your enemy. You got to know his strategy. So if I'm going against companies like this, I have to know exactly what goes on in their environments. What projectors are they using? See how the image washes out here and here? Told you. Now they have less light in the environment and a ceiling light at that. Does this demonstration look familiar? Yeah, it was already done already. And keep in mind, they're using an ultra short throw projector. Again, less than a foot away from the screen at 3,000 lumens. Now, if they had pulled that projector back at a good maybe 14, 15 feet, mine sits 18 feet back in a bit of windows. It sits in windows. And that projector right there is supposed to be 5,000 lumens. I'm 18 feet back with 43. They're a foot away with at least 5,000 lumens. That's supposed to be a 5,000 lumen projector right there. And then people gripe about me using 4,300 lumen projectors. Mine aren't ultra short throws. All right, let's come out of here real quick. Let's go over to, here we go. This is a 9. This is that gold technology. This is the gold technology outside at 21 feet back. Outside in the daytime, watching Angry Birds. There's the angle gain, 190-degree viewing angle outside. This is how we test our ambient light rejection technology. Inside is too easy because there's too much interference. You got walls and stuff, got roof, all that stuff is interfering. Edge to edge. And that's a 9. That's the technology that Crow said that wasn't worth the time or money. And that's a 9 outside doing a demonstration that his screen paint can't do. These are videos y'all don't see. Where the Cowboys at today? We're looking at ambient light rejection technology. That's what we're looking at right now. Which will bring up any screen that's supposed to have true ambient light rejection capabilities. I don't even want to see what that's going to look like outside, and I really don't. I know how that's going to come off. That's my work environment right there. So that's me testing the motorized projection screen right there, right there. That's in my basement right now. Well, that was in my basement. It's not my basement anymore. Yeah, all those demonstrations, I've been showing these off for years, man. These demonstrations just like this, blowing out top end screens, blowing out Elite Screen, blowing out DMP Supernova on our technology. Let's go out of here real quick. All right, here we go. Again, another demonstration, ultra short throw. Now, watch the demonstration here. Using an ultra short throw projector, again, screen's not going to wash out because you're using an ultra short throw projector that's sitting right on top of the screen. And he takes a light, turns it on to show exactly how powerful the screen's ambient light rejection is. Screen just faded from one side, from there it's fading. Now look at it, see, ultra short throw. It's sitting right up on top of the screen. You're not going to lose any picture quality at all. Let me show you how we test our technology on ultra short throws. This is how we do ours. We're the only ones who has this video. So ultra short throw on the Optima. This is Optima GT56. I'm the only one who has this video anywhere on YouTube. Not bragging, it's true. This is an ultra short throw demonstration done outside, not inside. Because I got so sick and tired of these same demonstrations. Ultra short throw is easy. It's not a hard demonstration to pull off because, like I said, the projector's sitting right up on top of the screen. So you're really not going to lose any picture quality. Now, you may lose contrast and color and all that, yes. But the screen's not going to fade because the projector at that powerful is sitting right on top of the screen. So, to make it harder, I took it outside. So this is what I did. Because I figured there's no point in doing a demonstration inside when the projector's sitting right against the wall, and on top of that it has the walls, it has the roof, it has everything protecting the projector. Out here, we're outside on black technology with an ultra short throw. That's why I said every demonstration that I watch online, I have to outdo it. And I mean, I have to do it. I have to go the next level. I have to figure out, okay, they're not going to take this projector screen outside because it's going to fade. If I took a gray screen out there and did that, it'll fade just like that. That screen does all the work. And look how far I have the projector pull back. I have to pull the projector back because that projector, keep in mind, the Optima GT56 and 55 were designed to only do 100 inches only. That's a 140-inch screen outside right now, projecting. And everybody wants those particular projectors because they do 150 inches. You can get 150 inches out of an Optima GT56 and 55 if the technology is black. If the technology is white or gray, the picture quality is going to become distorted. And before you say, oh, that's not possible, I did 160 inch. I'm going to show you that one too. So that's outside. Forget the little lamp in the corner. Forget the little condensed lighting. Forget the little window on the side. It's outside of my backyard, watching an ultra short throw at 7 o'clock in the evening. I don't cut corners. I see their demonstrations. I can tell by their demonstrations on the corners that they cut. When Crow did that demonstration, we showed football being displayed on an ultra short throw projector in a fully lit environment. Big deal. I did it outside. Done this stuff already. Elite screens or whatever, they use these ultra short throw projectors in their demonstrations. So what? And guess what? Not only did I show the bright levels, but I showed contrast on the screen. So now this is a contrast demonstration being done outside. Oh, here we go. How about this one right here? Done all this stuff already. This is why I know our technology is good. This is why I'm walking around my house. All my screens are triggering off because they're used to being tested outside. I like to figure out what demonstration that was with that particular, because who did this one? At the end, was it LG? Which one? Which company did this one? Because I would love to see that off that black screen. Let me see. I want to do this one outside. I want to do a black. I'm doing black contrast demonstrations outside. That's unheard of when it comes to outdoor projection screens, because white screens have a struggle outside. Good gracious. I don't know. I mean, I guess that at that particular time, I mean, that was the only screen right there. But man, I'm so glad I didn't basically do any demonstrations on white screens outside. That's freaking horrible. I don't even know how people do it. Really don't know how you do it. It's horrible. The images don't pick up for jack. I'm going to get the name of this video. That's a Starfield demonstration. So right there, you're watching my projector pull a Starfield demonstration on an ultra short throw outside. And if you see how far the projector is sitting back from the screen, that means there is light filtering right around the projector. So keep in mind, there's nothing to protect the screen at all. There's nothing to protect the projector. There is ambient light pushing all around that screen. You see how bright it is in the daytime it is? And that screen's pulling a Starfield demonstration. If you're going to do a demonstration on ultra short throw and you're going to show off ambient light projection technology, it should be done right, which means it should be done outside. Because if this projector, if this screen can pull off that projector on a Starfield demonstration this time of the day, what do you think it'll do inside your house? I got to get the name of this video right here because I need to do this video. What was this right here? Okay. I need to go back a little bit. I need the name of that video. Okay, I'm going to track this video down, and I am going to use this one for a demonstration today. I love those black levels. They're sick with that color. Not one freaking ink pen in the office. Always like that. Sorry about that. I've been looking for that demonstration for a while. I gotta go downstairs and break an ink pen. see. Fixed it. And that's another thing too. Like I said, this technology, if it was that dark, I wouldn't be able to write. But I need to write off my screen for work. Yeah, you have to be to back up your tech. That's how far the projector has to be pulled back in order to do a 140-inch screen. Now I have the name of that video. That's pretty good. Here we go. This is ultra short throw Optima GT 5600 doing over 150 inches in my basement. You were saying, oh, you have to have these particular projectors. The proof I was trying to explain to my customers the fact that people go out and they buy those cheap knockoff projectors because they want to get a 150-inch screen out of their projector. You could do that with an Optima GT 56 and 55 with no problem whatsoever. It's just the only screens that can activate that capability or black screens can do it. Because you're not going to lose any form of detail. Your image is not going to become distorted because black screens are designed to basically give your screens a tremendous amount of detail and contrast, which means you're not going to lose your picture quality. White screen and gray screens are going to have that problem because number one, they're going to have a problem with trying to produce an image in a fully lit environment. That's going to be one problem for the technology or screen printer, whatever it may be. But keep in mind, with this technology, you're going to be able to maintain your contrast levels and the clarity of your screen due to the fact that it is black. And therefore, you can get up to 150 inches or more out of your screen. And that's an Optima GT. That's when I had the 200-inch screen in the basement. Let me see if I give a picture of the projector. I always give a picture of the projector I'm using in the demonstrations. Let me see. I think I did that to prove a point. Someone was like, no, you can't get that big a screen. Like, oh, yes, you can. See how crystal clear the image is? So if you got an Optima GT 56, you can get a screen over 100 inches if you're using black technology. I'm going to pull my projector. There it is right there. Optima GT 5600. Ultra short throw. Right there. Some Optima GT 5600. Producing a 150, I think over 150 inch screen. Because black technology will allow a projector of that caliber that was only designed to do 100 inches produce an image up to 150 inches due to the fact that it's a black screen, because you're going to get more detail, you get more contrast. Then keep in mind, you're already losing picture quality when you use a gray screen or white screen. Yep. Back that one up too. Let me see. So let's go back in here and let's look at these. I want to go back and look at more of these. I don't want to look at outdoor projection screens. That's going to be a nightmare. You know what? Let's just do that. Let's look at outdoor projection screens. Projection screens. See what we get. White screen, white screen, white screen. You already know the outcome already. White screen. This is our black technology on a white screen. White screen, white screen. Yeah, if we come up with a black inflatable projection screen, we would dominate the white screen market for basically for outside use. No one would ever buy a white screen again. That's why you don't use white screens outside. You only use black technology when you're outside. And that was done on a 2000 lumen projector. I think it was on a 2000 lumen projector that was done on. Look, real nice setup. They got a nice setup right here and beautiful setup. This is usually when I get customers like this will tell me like, look, I set everything up and they do all this work. Oh, I do all this freaking work. All this work just for the screen to come out looking like what? What's the screen gonna look like? Let's go back. That's the screen right there. Are you trying any color on there? Any color? Oh, anime. They're gonna use anime. That's really bad. That is so bad. It's not even funny how bad that looks. But you got to keep in mind that was the only thing. This is what your technology is supposed to look like outside. This is rear projection technology. This is how your screens are supposed to look. Get inflatable screens already. I want to see somebody with one outdoor screen that's actually displaying something on it. At least one. Let me see. I guess he's going to build the screen. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad screen to paint over. I mean, it's portable and it's nice. I should just buy one of them and just recoat that thing. Amazon base screen. Ugh, I hate those screens. We recoat those screens any chance we get. Let's see out the white screens. Let's go over here real quick. All right, I just want to skip ahead. I want to see where you're showing the movie off of this thing. How the thing is looking. All right, so this is, to get to the chase, cut to the chase. You see how dark it is out here? Outside, see how dark it is? That's how dark it has to be for you to show a somewhat decent picture. All right. This is my technology right now, outside. So this is the time of day I can fire up a projection screen with no problem. You can see my house, you can see my lawn, you can see my bushes, my driveway. You can see the sound bar right there at the bottom of the screen. This is what I mean by once we start reducing outdoor projection screens, our own lineup and outdoor projection screens, well, we're going to dominate that particular section when it comes to outdoor screens. You see the difference in that? I'm watching Tron outside. The contrast levels are perfect, white levels are perfect, and that screen is pulling up with no problem whatsoever. You can even see the trees in the background of the golf course. See my neighbor's cars over here. And that is the same, it's an Amazon projection screen. It's an Amazon projection screen. We coated over with I coated with my black technology and that's it, done. And that's on a 720p projector outside. Let's go over and show you what these screens look like. If I get one to pop up here. Still not even dark yet. So you can still see the sky, but it's still not even dark. I had all my neighbors. I wish I could have been able to turn that camera around. I had all my neighbors out there sitting on the porch watching that screen. About 4 or 5 houses of families out there watching that screen go off. They're more curious because they couldn't figure out why the screen was black and wasn't white. It's supposed to look like a TV. When you go outside and you watch movies, it's supposed to look like a TV. You should be able to walk past the TV. It should look the same way as it does when you go outside, even at 6 o'clock in the evening. That's why light will be pushing through that window pretty soon. My projectors are still fired up downstairs. I walk right downstairs and my screens will all be lit up. You don't want to sit in the dark. Nobody wants to sit in the dark. See if we can get this in to react a little faster. Where are we at right now? Right here? Okay, let me see. There we go. There's an OLED demonstration right there. So if I'm outside, and I'm not going to have one, but if I'm having a barbecue, that means my friends could come over, we can watch a movie at 6 o'clock in the evening instead of waiting all the way until it gets so dark outside that you can't even see the side of your house. And by then, around that time, you know where kids are at around that time. Kids are tired, half of them are asleep, most of them are groggy, most people want to go home because if you got work the next day, you can't be around until 9 and 10 o'clock. Some people got to go home, they got to get tomorrow, they got work. Let's talk about, let's show off insane contrast levels. See how red, deep them reds come up on that screen? And this is why I tell people you have to coat the screen. Remember I sit there and tell you in demonstrations, if you do a fabric screen, you might want to prime that surface first. You prime the surface so the screen can soak in as much paint as possible. So that way you don't get any even spots on the screen. And this is what I explain to people. Do not paint that screen unless you apply 2 coats of paint to it because you want the fabric to absorb. That's why the back of that screen is white and the other side is black. And I have an even coat all the way across. Let's go pull up something else. Me running back and forth through the house. Did I do the football game on here? I don't think I did the football game on this one. And that's it. Look at that one right there. I'm going to show this one off again. That's me scrolling through Netflix outside. There's no way in the world you're going to fire up a white screen outside like that. There's no way in the world. It's not going to happen. I wonder if I got the big 180. I did a 180 inch screen outside. Whew. But like I said, a lot of people don't know about our technology. If they did, you would have black screens outside, a lot of black screens outside. Here you go right here. I did this demonstration live right here. This is a splatter screen showing you our technology just splattered across the white Amazon screen just to show you exactly how much you're missing from your screen. I love doing these right here. And my projector I'm using outside is a Sony projector. It's 13 feet back. It's a Sony projector, 4300 lumens, WXGA projector, 1920 by 1200. All that power, and I still couldn't even get that white screen to activate. It's not even there. Look at my PS4 dashboard popping up. That's 12 technology out there. This stuff we're going to take out there today is going to be a cakewalk. It's going to blow right through it like it ain't nothing. Let me show you right here. So we're going to come right there. I'm going to show you this right here. Did I walk through my house? Yeah, I'm walking through the house right now. Good grace, I can't think how much neon I have in my house. That's me watching, let me see. Look at that, see how well lit? This is how bright your environment is supposed to be. I can go downstairs right now and show you the very same room I'm looking at on camera. You're looking right here. See how bright that environment is? Very same room. How many people do this on their videos? My second screen. There's my other screen right there. Different video, same environment. This is my environment every single day when I get up. Nothing changes. These screens, I'm not going to sit in the dark. I'm just telling you right from the door. This is my product. I use it every day. It ain't like I got a couple of TVs running through my house and I only use my product when I do demonstrations. No. These are my screens. I run them every day. So you will see my environment well lit. Told you my screen sits in a bit of windows. Ooh, let's go back upstairs. I'm gonna lean over the banister just to show you that any area I turn, that screen is going to pull up regardless. See, how many people can back that up? Got to be the backup what your technology can do. So if those screens can pull images outside and they're designed to be tested outside, inside is nothing. I had no idea how short my freaking theater room was. Pretty short from here to here. Now we're in the dark. Now we're sitting in the dark because, you know, some people think, okay, if I get a white projection screen and I'm in the dark, the picture quality is going to be better. No. It's still bad. And we're there around 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. And that white screen still ain't coming up under 4,300 lumens. And that's a Sony Venue projector at that. I'm just saying, is Fox back? Here we go. Outside, painted motorized projection screen. Let me see. That's the stand I built. I built me a stand for my motorized projection screen. Then I got bored of it. I tore it apart and built something else. I missed that projection screen setup. I should never get rid of it, but yeah, got bored of it. Decided to build something else instead. I gotta see this. I just gotta see it. I just gotta see this. Because they do have an outdoor screen. It's going against her tech. Let me see, outdoor screen. Let's fast forward all this right here. I don't want to see all this. I'm going to see how the screen is reacting and see how dark they got it outside. All right, let's see where we're at. They do have an outdoor screen. Guess what? It'll be here. Where's the contrast levels? So what is this? They have an outdoor. I'm pretty sure I can get a sample of the material. Nah, that's not going to be passable. And still, it's too. See how when they have to fire up the projector, how dark it has to be before they fire up that projector. It has to be pretty dark out there before you can fire it up. Now, see right there, what it's showing it. This is how it should be to fire the projector right around this time, but they can't do it. That screen's not going to fire up. Who is this right here? Outside demonstration, new ambient light projection. Oh, this I have to. And I gotta see this. I just have to have a look at this. I'm always researching other people's stuff. I'm curious. Let me see what we got going on here. That's why I got to mute it. This projector is too close to the screen, number one. The image is fading right there and there. Can't see any contrast between the bottles. Look at all this. See how faded it is right here? That's not good. That's not good at all. I'm gonna show you why it's not good. It's like, oh, but you think you know everything. Yeah, I've studied enough stuff to show, I can show you stuff. This is what the screen is supposed to look like. We're at 506. This is 506 right now. That's my screen outside displaying the game. That's how it's supposed to look, like a TV. Nothing's supposed to be faded. Nothing's supposed to be washed out. That's on plexiglass outside. You see all that shine that was coming across that screen, that screen was fading out. That's how it's supposed to look. That's to show you that the screen is not sitting on the porch. See how I start to turn? And you can see that screen as I start to turn up on it. You're supposed to see a screen. When you do a demonstration on a screen, you have to show the angle gain. So you have to show exactly when you start to turn, that screen should still be reacting. And when you didn't show that, I could see from the door that that's the screen is washing out. Let me see if we got any more. I'm just gonna find that big 80 to 180 inch of this Star Wars off of. This was, this is when the basement used to be clean. Before I put all my work stuff in there. My basement is crazy now. Because of all the crazy stuff I have in there now that I've been working on. Outside demonstration, new ambient light rejection projector. Ambient light rejection projector. Why would you say ambient light rejection projector? Ambient light rejection projector. That doesn't make any sense. There's no such thing as an ambient light rejection projector. The screen would be ambient light rejection, not the projector. Am I reading this right? Or is he saying, am I reading it wrong? Ambient light rejection, screen paint. Oh, screen paint. No, he's got to work on that. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to put the guy down or anything. It's nice, but no, he's got to work on it. The color, all that's off. There's too much contrast, and the screen is pulling too much of a heavy black level. And on top of that, there's too much shine going off on the screen. But like I said, I mean, he work at it. He'll definitely get something out of it. But what he should be displaying are those white levels. If you're going to do a black screen, you got to display them white levels. So let me see what we got going on here. And that screen he's displaying, see what I mean? There you go. Because this is how they see it. And I'm going to tell you why. They think because if you can see the screen, you don't have to see it perfectly. If you can still see the screen, they consider that to be ambient light rejection. And it's not. You're supposed to be to see the screen corner to corner. Mind you, I'm showing you this demonstration on a projection screen. We're using it in a fully lit environment. So, that just tells you right there. But you should be to see it corner to corner. Now, on my screen you're watching right now, which is jet black, you're watching a demonstration of somebody else's demonstration, and you can see it crystal clear. There you go. There you go. That's not good. That's not a good sign. That's not even good at all. Now, see how the oil pours down, the honey pours down, see how dark it is? That's because the screen has too high of a contrast level. It's not pulling white light. That should never, ever, ever look that dark like that. Never look that dark. Its contrast levels are too dark. Look at that. See? The screen's not pulling any white light. You're supposed to be able to see the object. It's not a bad path, you just don't have to work at it. I mean, really freaking work at it. But they consider this to be passable. He's doing it in the driveway, right? Where's the image? And the sunlight is on the back side of the house, so you've seen it flash off on the side, which means the sunlight's on the back side of the house. You're just gonna have to work at it because I'm not seeing the screen there at all, period. And that screen's not black, it's actually gray. This is black. You don't see anything at all. Look, this is the laptop is displaying this right here, and it's not displaying anything at all. The screen's washed out. Because, like I said, and he should have had his license plate covered right there. That's a bad idea. He really should have had his license plate covered. Should have blurred that out. I'm gonna move the camera over here because I'm not showing off his license plate. I mean, even though he wasn't smart enough to go in and change his license, blur that out, I'm not gonna show that at all. All right, so right there, you can see the rose is supposed to be blooming here compared to the laptop. And he thinks because you can still see it, it's considered to be ambient light rejection. That's not ambient light rejection at all, period. That's me. My internet's acting buggy. But I had to turn the camera to the side because he really should have blotted out. I might send him a message and let him know, like, look, yo, your freaking license plate is exposed. You need to cover that up. Or edit it or remove your video or something because you shouldn't have that there. That's why I got my camera on a tilt like that because I'm not going to show that license plate at all. I didn't notice it until I looked down. Oh, wait a minute. That's not supposed to cover that up. And there he's doing the side demonstration. See right there how you can't see it here and you can't see it there. See how it's all faded like that? Not supposed to be like that. Like I said, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna email him. I think I'm just gonna save him to my whatchamacallit so I can contact him later on and say, hey, look, man, he did this in February the 19th of 2020. That's when he did it. So the video is still fresh. I'm gonna send him a little message like, look, buddy, your license plate is exposed. You might want to basically go in and remove the video or do something or edit that out. But you don't want that up there like that. All right, we're gonna come out of here because I'm not gonna basically, but you can see where it's faded and washed. I'm just gonna bring it over a little bit. Okay, he's not showing the license plate right now, but you can see right there, it's faded. That's really faded. That screen paint's not good. And he's gonna have to work on that. I wouldn't even put that video up. I would have done more research before displaying that video. Yeah, he should. I gotta send him a message like, look, buddy, blur that. That's why you gotta blur that information out and don't have your license plates exposed. Get some duct tape or whatever and just cover that stuff up. Even if you don't have to do the editing for blurring it out, just put some tape over top of it or a piece of paper or something like that. Be careful about that. Let me see, someone sent me a message right there. Good morning, great day. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? How are you doing? You wonderful, lovely people. Now his screen he built, this one was pretty nice. He built this one out of lumber. Pretty good job, nice, but the screen's white, so yeah, it's not but he did a good job. The frame is gorgeous. I think he did a beautiful job. He does craftsmanship. I know he does workmanship. The frame, how he built that, frame. That frame is gorgeous. Let me go track down outside black. In 80 inch, 180 inch. I think that was a Supreme 8. I think it was a Supreme 8. Supreme 8. Yeah. Here we go, people. This was one of the screens I had outside, and this is how your screen's supposed to be, or screen paint should be displaying outside. You're supposed to see the screen crystal clear. Now, I hate to say it, and I hate to say anything bad about the fellow, but his product needs more work because it's not supposed to be faded. You're supposed to see the screen crystal clear as if you're looking at a TV. And that's painted on fabric. My projector sits 21 feet back. That's why I said number one, this projector was too close to be doing an outside demonstration. The throw should have been a little farther back. See how you can read the dashboard? You can see, I can read my PS4 dashboard from 21 feet back outside. Let me see if I got anything on here. I'm gonna have a little fun watching some stuff. Here we go. Check it out. Now, if you're doing a dark contrast demonstration, you should be able to see everything on that screen that's being displayed. I think that was the 150 inch because the 180 took up the entire bottom half of the deck. Ooh. Ooh. There you go. There's Star Wars right there. I can get the lube. I think that's at 150 inches right there outside. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. All right. What's that? That wasn't the 100. Oh, that was the 180 inch. That's the screen I had hanging up from the deck. I actually hung the screen from the deck with invisible cables. If someone asked me a question, if they hang the screen up under the deck, what time could they still use the projection screen? So that demonstration was for that. That's why I tell people, when people come in my room talking chatter and they want to talk trash, go check out my archives. Go check them out. You'd be surprised the kind of stuff I work on every day. Just check it out. Ugh. Ta-da! There we go. Watching Despicable Me outside. See how bright it is out there? This is how we test our technology. It's all tested outside. So if I can get a screen to fire up outside, inside is going to be a cakewalk for the technology. Now the tests that we do now, the tests we did for the 8 were done on 43. The tests we do now are done on 1,000 lumens. The tests are now, the technology we develop now is a lot more, the tests are more brutal for outside. The 43s became too easy. If I can get this thing to act right. Let me see if I can pause here for a minute. 43s became too easy to do demonstrations off of. So we started doing at 1,000 lumens. But usually outside, majority, most people that are using, my internet's buggy today. Most people that are using projectors outside are doing something like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 lumens. That's what they're using outside. But those projectors get kind of expensive. They get really, really crazy expensive. So that's why we started doing engineering and recrafting the technology gained to be able to produce images on projectors of 1,000 lumens. So that way, those projectors right there are cheaper to get. You're watching Cat in the Hat outside. Anything, 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 anything. I love that part. Did the info commercial. Oh yeah. Yeah, just to see it crystal clear, edge to edge, corner to corner. That's what you're supposed to be saying. The cheap $68 motorized projection screen coated with Supreme 8. Blah, 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 blah. I gotta finish up my floor today. I think my lights come today. And I got the rest of the orders to process for the day. So we got them tracking numbers going out today. Tracking numbers are going out today, people. For the customers, tracking numbers are going out today. That's a cheap $68 motorized projection screen that I bought off of eBay. As a matter of fact, same screen. I bought two of them. This one right here, I had to test how many applications it took to jam a motor. It's actually 10. So 6:30 in the evening, I'm outside watching the Robinsons. On the screen, the color pops on that. So it's supposed to look like a TV. If your neighbors are peeking over your fence to watch your screen outside, then you've done it right. I still like this screen right here. This is my favorite one here. 713. What screen we had? Oh, that was the 180. I think that might have been 180. That's the backyard. That's the driveway screen. Now remember the fellow who was showing off his screen in the driveway, right? Like I said, it's supposed to look like this. In your driveway, this is how it's supposed to look. You should be able to see all the details in your video that's being displayed on your screen. You walking and checking. I think the Wi-Fi was acting buggy outside. No, I was getting my time. Grabbing my time. I'll tell you, I told you my neighbors are kind of petty, right? So I had this screen fired up in the front. I used to do it in the front. I still do it from time to time in the front. And they, they got their little lawn set up. They got their little outdoor areas set up, got it all nice looking and all. I mean, that's your business. You spend time working on the front of your lawn. It's a beautiful thing. That's for you, okay? But they get kind of a little petty when people have something better than what they have. And that's when somebody called the police on me talking about, oh, it was too loud and he was blasting it, so and so and so. I said, well, officer, next time we have that problem, I'm going to have to figure a way to straighten it out, which means I'll basically get an attorney, and the attorney will basically track down exactly who's making those calls and maybe pay them a visit. And I'll inconvenience you. I'll drag you behind in court and make your life live in a nightmare. People understand that. Someone drags you into court, that's a bit of a headache. It really is. And take you out of the comfort of your home and drag you into a courtroom. because you got nothing better to do but to call the police on somebody and falsify a claim, whatever, falsify something against you by saying that my sound system is too loud. So I started basically doing the demonstrations by leaving the sound bars inside. And on top of that, I got security cameras on my property. So when the officer came out, I showed him the clip and everything from the cameras and all. And he was like, oh, no, whatever. You know, and just went about his business. That's the third time after it happened, but I know where it's coming from. They want all the attention toward them, and if they don't get that attention, they get a little petty. Right there you go. See right there? That's how it's supposed to look. You shouldn't accept. If you're doing a projection screen outside and the image is washed out and faded, that is not acceptable. It should not be acceptable. I went to a get together and they had a white screen out there set up. And I didn't want to talk about my company. Usually, if I'm off the clock and this is when before COVID hit, I don't want to talk about my company. I don't want to talk about what I do for a living. I don't want to talk about anybody even know, to tell you the truth. Honestly, I don't. I just want to eat my food and be left the freak alone. That's pretty much it. It's a day where I have a day off. I don't have to think about paint. Don't get me wrong. I love doing paint and all, but there's just some days that basically even your passion can basically drive you a little crazy. And just a day you just need some time away from it. And those were just one of them days where I just needed to be left the freak alone. So I went over there and they had a white screen. I left. I just left. I was like, I'm not dealing with this. So this is how much ambient light these screens can physically take in if we were actually to push them to the next level. This is being done on 1100 lumen. Remember that challenge I told you about, the 1100 lumen, ultimate 1100 lumen challenge, that we challenged a whole bunch of companies to do the exact same demonstration? This is one of them. There's 3 of these challenges that we put out. Because it wasn't only this particular individual, Mr. Crow, talking trash about us, but there were a couple of other companies that were talking some trash about us. And we were saying, okay, that's it. You know what I mean? Y'all want to talk trash? No problem. We'll do this demonstration right here. We'll call it a challenge. We'll give you 3 days to complete that challenge. We made the challenge crazy impossible. So we did a demonstration outside on a black screen using 1100 lumen projector only on that demonstration. Just to basically get out there and say, okay, y'all want to run your mouse? No problem. Y'all got freaking 3 days to basically post something at the bottom of that video. And let me see something for a minute. I'm curious. These are all my, don't watch that. We ain't got one link. These are my links right here. So this is one link right here, one link right there. No links at the bottom. So not one of them companies, when we challenged them in 2019, if they want to talk trash about our company, do the same demonstration. Look at that. We got somebody coming in, gave us our props on whatchamacallit. Let me see. Thank you, my friend. That's some groupie right there. Keep up doing what you're doing right there. That's R right there at the bottom. Reply back right there. These are other demonstrations right here on YouTube that we put up on our challenges. Never met, not one of them. I'm gonna talk all this trash and run your mouth about our technology, but yet y'all don't do it. This demonstration was done in the snow. In the snow, right now. It's snowing outside, and this demonstration was done in the snow. You know how hard it is to pull off a black screen in the snow? Keep in mind, everything outside is in white. It's going to be in snow blind. So you got all that white light reflecting everywhere, and you're pulling off demonstrations outside in the snow of a burning fireplace outside in the snow, and the screen edge to edge is black. Please, come on. I ain't trying to brag here, but come on. I told you, I've done demonstrations on levels that most people wouldn't even dare go near. Let's see if we can find, let me see. We did outdoor projection screen. That's a pretty crazy one right there. Go back to the bottom of my channel and see what we got going on here. View. That's one we did out in snow. What was the other one that I put up on the link right here? It's another one we gave outside. This is the challenge we gave, not this one, but the challenge, just like this one we gave Crow. He was talking a bunch of trash. I said, well, look, do the demonstration. There we get OLED demonstration outside. Look at the black levels. It's pulling off that plexiglass. This is old technology. This is not even the stuff we have now. This stuff is obsolete. We don't make it no more. Because basically we can do better. That's why we got rid of it. Everybody else is fine with it. And to us it was not there yet. That was done in the rain outside. You do know when rain hits the screen gets really, really, really dark. It darkens the screen. I gotta tell Crow Boys, next time you want to talk trash about my tech, go check out my archives. I got enough in there to choke a horse. Done demonstrations in the snow. I've done demonstrations in the rain. You name it, I've done it. I froze screens, tore them apart on camera, all kinds of tests. And you're talking about ambient light rejection technology, you can't get any, look at that right there. Let's go pull up, let me see if I can find that one, because it should be underneath this one right here. What was that, Illuminous? That was Illuminous technology we were working on right there. I'm curious. That was Illuminous technology. I forgot about Illuminous. Illuminous was a 7. What was a 7? That's not as advanced as the stuff we have now. And then we have that extreme black now. Extreme black would make this stuff look like a joke. Let's see. I'm gonna turn you to the side for a minute. I gotta do something out real quick. Usually, when I punch in my search engine, all kinds of interesting chemicals pop up that I don't want you to see that I'm working on. There you go. I told you that all you would have to do is type in the search engine. So this is one of the challenges that we put up for Crow and 5 other companies that were talking trash about us at this particular time. This was done in 2019. Oh, by the way, Crow Boys, when you said the screen's too dark, check that out. I'm reading text off my screen that's black. All right, just want to put that out there real quick for the Crow Boys to understand that. This is a challenge that we put out there. Daytime on 1100 lumens, right there. Let me bring it down so you can see it. That was a challenge we put out. They had to match or better the demonstration. There's a time given right there. There couldn't be, in those rules, there couldn't be no roofs, there couldn't be no walls, no windows, it had to be outside. Screen had to be displaying at 190-degree viewing angle. Projector had to be 1100 lumens, either under, that's it, 1100 lumens under. See that projector I'm using right there? Hold on for a minute, let me pause this for just a minute. I still have the projector. It's right there. There's a projector right there used in the demonstration that we asked you back in 2019 when you was running your mouth with all the other jokers that wanted to say that, oh, we weren't this, that, and the other. Well, we gave you an impossible challenge. So our technology was able to produce an image outside in the afternoon hours. Now, as you can see how much light that's out there on that screen. You doing the LG OLED Jazz demonstration with a projector that sat back 12 feet from the screen. As you see me walk around that screen, you see that image maintained. See how bright that environment looks, how much light that screen is taking. There is nothing in that screen blocking it all. No balcony, no roof, none of that nonsense. Laying flat against the wall. There's the projector right there I just put on my desk. Where's the model number? Right there, still got it. That's the challenge. When you hear me say the 1100 lumen challenge, that's what the challenge we put out for anyone who's talking trash against us. Match or better that demonstration. It was never met. We gave them 3 days to do the exact same demonstration. Never met. So like I said, before you talk trash about our technology and run your mouth, post that link at the bottom and beat that demonstration. Now you see the demonstrations I showed you with the projection screen companies, the big names, how they hide their screens and their environments, how they use ambient light controlled environments. There's no way in the world they would pass that test. Nope. They wouldn't even pass it. That's the challenge we put out. It was never ever met. Let's scroll down to the bottom. These are all the tests, all the information that was given out. These are the rules that were given out that had to be done, that had to be met. Let's scroll down. And let's see if we got any new posts at the bottom. Because I'm curious if you posted a demonstration, doing that demonstration. Because I saw 2 comments. So 2 comments, we just have our comments only. That's the first initial test we put out, we asked them to do. These are the rules and regulations we have at the bottom. And as you can see, if you look at my bar here, as I'm pushing down, there's no more to go. That's it. Demonstration was never ever met. Not only by him, but 4 other companies that we called out on that day to do that demonstration. They never did it. You know why? Because they can't. The technology is, and this is old technology now. This is our old stuff. That's why I warned him, do not do a demonstration against that black silver. You're not going to like the outcome of that one. Do not do a demonstration against the 12. Warned him on that. He did the demonstration at 12. His screen got slaughtered. At 12 matched his screen. And then when we pulled contrast, his screen couldn't pull contrast up. It couldn't keep up to the 12. You can't even complete our demonstrations that we give you. So that's why I tell people say, oh, you got the same. No, we're not the same stuff. You can't match that demonstration. You can match the light that's out there. That screen would fade. It would wash away. See the colors and everything exploding off the screen? Not even washing out. Nothing. And that at the time was a 7. That was a 7 out there. I think it was a 7. Was it a 7? I think it was a 7 sitting out there. It was a 7 sitting out there. So like I said, before you crow boys want to run your mouth about this, that, and the other, complete that demonstration. Any of y'all. I'll give you what? I'll give you a week. They do the same demonstration with his product outside. As a matter of fact, we did it already. We actually got tired of waiting for him to do the demonstration, and we did it ourselves. Oh, man, this is crazy. Measuring tape, 12 feet. There's the time of the day. Nice and bright outside. There's his product. Next to what's in the Supreme 7? What were we using at the time? That's why he went through the demonstration. Now, what do you think would happen? Now, keep in mind, inside, 12 is able to blend into, and keep in mind saying, well, my technology's got to be that good. No, no, think about it. This is a black screen that just blended. You keep in mind, the campaign you put on the 12 was the fact that it was so dark no one could see it, but yet that screen blended into your UV mix and made your screen disappear. And then turned around and I pulled a contrast level and your screen reappeared because it couldn't match the black technology's contrast capabilities. So what happens if we take you outside and do that demonstration again? The outcome will not be pretty because due to the fact that we'll blend your screen outside and then that's going to pull contrast level outside and your screen will fade. These screens are designed to thrive outside. That's how powerful the ambient light projection technology is. Now, keep in mind, for those who want to ponder the idea, what if Crow does decide to develop a black screen paint? Well, that'd be the funniest thing on the face of the planet. And it really would be, and I'll tell you why. I would make him the hugest hypocrite on the face of the planet. You can't slander something, call it trash, call it garbage, and put all these campaigns about saying that basically black screens aren't this and they're not that and blah, 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 and then design one yourself. Because if you do that, then that means, and I said this before, that means the whole entire time I've been telling people that black technology is far more superior, you would be saying that I am right. Because with technology, you have two choices. Either you can roll with it or get crushed by it. And you're going to get crushed by it. Big time. So, like I said, from the door, if he ever develops a black screen paint, that makes him the biggest hypocrite on the face of the planet. So that's why I say you shouldn't be so closed-minded. When it comes to developing technology, never be closed-minded. Always be open to new ideas. Because you never know, one day you might happen to travel on that path. But if you close your mind to everything and you say, oh, this is the only way to go, eventually things get obsoleted. I don't know how you're going to obsolete a black screen. You can't get no blacker than black. Oh, yeah, we did go blacker than a black screen. We did do that already. Okay, that's true, yeah. But you got to keep your mind open-minded. You got to be able to look at everything. Gray screens, I already know the limitations. They can only go but so far, that's it. We have silver black for black silver technology downstairs. You saw the demonstration on that technology. It produces a higher contrast than a $5,000 projection screen. Screens that can actually outmatch screens that are $5,000 and $4,000 screens. It pulls a star field demonstration, it pulls contrast, it can produce images outside on 1,000 lumens. It does stuff that other gray screens can't do. And even we consider that to be mid-level grade technology. That's why it's $89. I bet you never saw these demonstrations before. We did a lot of demonstrations on its products. But if I'm going to do a demonstration, I'm going to be fair. And when I mean fair, I'm going to put both screens outside. I'm not going to have one screen tilted over here and have more light hitting on that side so you can get that screen to delivery fade. We watch your demonstration, so I know that you'll put light deliberately on my side to make sure it fades even faster and to make yours look great. I know that you will stay away from contrast demonstrations because you know that black technology or any dark technology is going to produce contrast and your screen will fade. So when I do a demonstration against your product, it is fair, which means both screens are outside with equal amount of ambient light hitting the screens. They're both getting hit with the projector all the way around. Your screen's just not showing up. That's all. Same thing with your UV mix yesterday. Everything in that demonstration was done correctly. Screen, your product, high professional screen, both being hit with the same amount of light, equal proportion to the environment on the screen. You're just not used to using that much light in the environment. That's the problem. And then on top of that, like I said, the UV mix, our technology, by saying our screen paint was too dark and can't even see it, which you did that demonstration with that, whatever that was painted on your wall was supposed to be our technology. We were able to blend into your screen, and not only that, produce a contrast level where your screen failed miserably. Now, that demonstration and all these demonstrations would have never been done because we don't pay you any mind, but when you take my technology and you try to say that it's something that it's not, then I'm going to prove you wrong and I'm going to put you on live and put you on blast. And then you're going to get upset and get angry with it. Same thing that happened here. We started talking trash about our technology. He did a fake demonstration. We gave him a challenge. He wouldn't do the challenge. So we bought your product and we did the challenge for you. Want to do something, back it up. Because we did. We backed it up. So, you didn't know about that. Now you know. All right. So, today, this is what I'm working on today. Because I got to process orders tomorrow. Yeah, I'm running an ultra short throw projector in here. I'm about to run it on this screen right here. I'm just ordered a Fire Stick for this projector right here. I'm trying to figure out how far I got to prop it up because I'm going to build a stand for this. I wanted to mount it up here, but man, this thing is freaking heavy as I don't know what. And I'm terrified that if I don't find the right studs, this thing is going to rip out of the wall and hit on the ground. So I'm just going to set it up this way for right now. I need to get a stud finder so I can just mount it up there, which would be not much less easier than having it down there like that. All right, so I'll get cracking Jackson on that next, to tell you the truth. I should mount that thing up, to tell you the truth. Having it on the floor, it's kind of junky. All right. Yeah, I'm going to mount it up. I'm going to put a shelf in. Last one, I'm putting a shelf in, I'm going to mount it up because I don't trust those. I don't trust the... Honestly, good. I mean, I understand this is a good stand and all. I don't trust it, man. I really don't. I'm sorry. I'm not used to mounting a projector that way. So I'm just going to put another shelf up here and then have this thing mounted still to the wall, but at least the shelf will be there just in case if it decides to yank out from the wall and basically crash. Because, I was still skeptical about hanging that freaking monster up because I thought that thing was going to come down, but that's not going anywhere. All right, so I added in with this real quick. Some LED lights to the back of the sound bar right there. So the LED lights are added to the back of the sound bar. I told you I want to give everything like a kind of a glow, like it's being charged up. Let me make sure I've got this over a little better. So I want to give it like a glow, like it's being charged up. Like the chair over here. Did I leave the remote control downstairs again? Or the chair down here is lit. All right, so see down underneath for the chair? I just have solid blue lights to make it look like that the circuit board is charging up the chair. Then I got the back of the sound bar glowing in straight blue like it's being charged up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna have these lights coming out. I'm gonna have one connected into here, like it's gonna connect into the side of here. And then I'm gonna have blue lights all in the, oh, yes. I'm gonna put blue lights here so the blue lights can push through. I'm gonna do that in blue lights, and then I'm gonna have another one connected into here, but I got LED lights I'm gonna put around here and here to give it a nice little soft glow to it. To look like it's like a monitor's on. So I still gotta cover all this and that, and I'm still doing some little bit of wire management, so I'm cleaning up some of the wiring in here. So that's what I'm doing right now. So let me go get me some brackets, some heavy brackets, so I can mount this up to see exactly how I'm going to set this up, because I can't have that on the floor. I'm going to mount that up right there. So, okay. So, let me put this out here real quick. See? Now it's lights are, now it's around, it's almost near morning. The lights are, the sunlight's coming out and all that. So, like I said, I'm going to keep my screens on like this all day. All right, so real quick, customer came in and bought a gallon today. So right now I'm getting orders, so the orders are stacking up. We got about 15, 16 or 17 orders in there. Yeah, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. For some people saying, oh, that's only 16, 17 orders. The 16, 17 orders at anywhere from $160 to $248. You add it up. That's enough for me. I'm good. I'm not a greedy man. That's all I need. Thank you so much for the support, people. I really appreciate it. Somebody came in and ordered a gallon. Yes, he came and ordered a gallon. So guess what? That is your projector right there, my friend. I'm going to pack it up, put it in the box. It's yours. I told you I bought an extra one of those ceiling projections. He actually came in, a gallon came in through last night. So he actually gets that projector for free because I don't need it due to the fact that I already have one over here. And I explained before that, just so you know, that if you are using these projectors right here, You can only put one in your house. And this is the one he's getting right there. You can only use one because for some reason they run off the same frequency. I had a charger around here somewhere. Hold on for a minute. Let me put you guys over here because my battery indicator is flashing. And it's letting me know that my oh, here it is right here. So I wonder where the charger's at.
Is this a charger?
No, charger's upstairs. Having a heat wave. I said, at the end of the day, I don't go reviewing his stuff. I don't care. But I need to review his stuff, have this stuff. I don't review his stuff at all. He has to review our stuff, and I'm going to tell you why. Because that's the only way that he can try to get any kind of credibility. He has to use our credibility to try to get credibility himself. Like I said, I don't get nothing from his product, and I don't. I get more credibility when I blow out a white screen or I do a screen against a high performance projection screen. I do demonstrations outside, some of the crazy stuff that I do, submerged tanks, screens underwater. There you go. But, and some of the berserk tests that we do, I get credibility from that. But other than that, his product, no, I don't get any credibility from that. We do this demonstration just to keep him in place, to remind him to stay in his lane, that's all. We don't get any credibility from his stuff. Let me see. What we got to do today? That's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. That's basically about it. If he stays in his lane and minds his own business, I'm good with that. Now, like I said, that first review he did on our product, I mean, like I said, it wasn't a bad review. It was nice, you know what I mean? But trying to say something that our product's not, that it's too dark and you can't see it, then that's when I got to basically pull out your product and show you that I'm going to blend your screen just like that on camera, and then basically display your shortcomings of your screen when I start showing contrast levels. And then you'll call my phone 100,000 times, which he did yesterday. If you watched that video, my phone was going off like crazy. That was Crow calling my phone, ranting and carrying on. And I never call him back. I just basically, keep in mind, that's my business phone. I just call Comcast and they go in and they trace the number. We find out where the number's coming from. All that information is forwarded to an attorney. I told you I'm building a case on him. All that dumb stuff he's doing, harassing my phone, calling over and over. Those phone records come out. It's a landline. So it costs my Comcast business class. So they keep a track record. Every time that number calls from that district, they'll trace that number to where it's coming from, and all that information is forwarded to an attorney. But keep it up. Build that case, buddy. Build it. Build it. If he does a live stream, I have his phone number here, and I do. If he does a live stream, you'll never hear me call him. I don't even go into the live streams. What would I go in there for? I already know what my technology does. There's no point for me to be in there at all. There's no point to be in there talking about his videos or harassing. There's no point for me to be in there. For what? Got better things to do. But if he does something against our stuff, then we're going to come back in and we're going to say, look, this is how the demonstration is supposed to be done. So and so and so. Like I said, when we first bought this product the first time, I tried to buy it on eBay a couple of times. I did that live. He canceled the order multiple times and pulled his eBay account, so we couldn't get our hands on the paint. But when I got the paint, he sent me a list of things that how I had to do the demonstration on my end, how the lights had to be out and this, that, and the other. Like, no, we do ambient light rejection demonstrations over here, so your screen's going to have to be out in the light. All right, I gotta go order me a white projection screen because I have to. That's for another demonstration, so I have to have a white projection screen because there's no point in me showing you demonstrations against other high-end screens if I'm doing it against a black screen, because you're really not going to see the difference in there until we actually throw it up on a white screen, which I did have one here, which was the 92-inch. It was a 92-inch screen we had down here, but I painted over already, so I just have to get me another one. I need a jet all white screen. That's all I need. Oh well, I got to get back to work then. I got orders to take care of, and I got tracking numbers to give out to people. So with that being said, got to go, and God bless.